Tropical Genesis, where oceans breathe life into storms. Imagine a tranquil scene. The sun blazes down on a vast blue expanse of ocean. The surface shimmers, reflecting the light like 1,000 tiny mirrors. This serene vista belies the awesome power that can be unleashed from these tropical waters. For it is here, where the ocean meets the sky, that hurricanes are born. Hurricanes are among the most powerful weather events on Earth. They are vast, swirling storms fueled by the heat of the ocean and the rotation of our planet. Their formation is a complex and awe-inspiring process, a delicate dance between air, water, and the Earth's spin. The story begins in the tropics, where the sun's rays beat down with relentless intensity. Here the ocean acts like a giant solar panel, absorbing vast quantities of heat. This warm water is the lifeblood of a hurricane, providing the energy that drives its furious winds and torrential rainfall. The sun's embrace, fueling the fury. The sun's energy is the driving force behind hurricane formation. As sunlight strikes the ocean's surface, its energy is absorbed by the water molecules, causing them to vibrate more rapidly. This increased molecular motion is what we perceive as heat. The warmer the water, the faster the molecules move, and the more energy is stored within the ocean. This stored energy is the fuel that powers the hurricane's engine. As the ocean surface warms, water molecules gain enough energy to break free from their liquid bonds and evaporate into the air. This process of evaporation transfers enormous amounts of heat energy from the ocean to the atmosphere. The warm, moist air then rises, creating an area of low pressure at the surface. Rising vapors from sea to sky. The warm, moist air rising from the ocean surface is less dense than the surrounding air. As it ascends, it cools and condenses, forming towering clouds known as cumulonimbus clouds. These clouds are the building blocks of a hurricane, releasing even more heat into the atmosphere as the water vapor condenses. The rising air creates a vacuum effect at the surface, drawing in more warm, moist air from the surrounding ocean. This continuous cycle of evaporation, condensation, and rising air creates a powerful feedback loop, further intensifying the storm. As the storm system grows, it begins to organize itself. The Coriolis effect, a phenomenon caused by the Earth's rotation, comes into play, causing the rising air to spin. This rotation is what gives a hurricane its characteristic spiral shape. Section 4. The Earth's spin. A choreography of chaos. The Coriolis effect is a fascinating phenomenon that plays a crucial role in the formation of hurricanes. Because the Earth rotates on its axis, locations at the equator move faster than locations at higher latitudes. This difference in rotational speed influences the movement of air masses. As warm, moist air rises near the equator, it is deflected eastward due to the Coriolis effect. At the same time, cooler air from higher latitudes is drawn southward to replace the rising air. This converging flow of air begins to rotate, forming a low-pressure center. The rotation of the Earth, coupled with the continuous supply of warm, moist air, causes the storm system to spin faster and faster. As the storm intensifies, the winds spiral inward toward the low-pressure center, creating the characteristic swirling pattern of a hurricane. Section 5. A vacuum of power, the low-pressure engine. At the heart of every hurricane lies an area of extremely low pressure known as the eye. This low-pressure zone acts like a giant vacuum cleaner, sucking in air from the surrounding areas. The lower the pressure, the stronger the inward pull and the more intense the hurricane becomes. As air rushes towards the low-pressure center, it collides with other air streams, forcing the air to rise. This rising air fuels the towering thunderstorms that surround the eye, known as the eye wall. The eye wall is the most dangerous part of a hurricane, harboring the strongest winds and heaviest rainfall. The low-pressure center at the heart of a hurricane is a region of relative calm. This calm eye is surrounded by the fury of the eye wall, where winds can reach speeds of over 150 miles per hour. The contrast between the serene eye and the violent eye wall is one of the most striking features of a hurricane.